So 4.4 compound angle formula. So look at that. If I have sine of x plus y, sine of an angle plus another angle in front of the sine, I can decompose it into this expression. Sine of the first angle, see, sine of x, multiplied by sine of the second angle, sine of cosine of the second angle, cosine of the y, plus now cosine of the first angle multiplied by the sine of second angle. If between them is positive, so here you have pause at between these two expressions. If between these angles is minus, you have a minus here, right? Cosine of the x plus y, what is it? Is cosine of the first angle multiplied by the cosine of the second angle minus sine of the first angle, sine of the second angle. Again, if between them is positive, now is negative here in this expression. And if between these two angles is negative, it's going to be positive here. Let's just do an example. Sine of pi over 4 cosine of pi over 12 plus cosine of pi over 4 sine of pi over 12. Pi over 12 is 15 degrees. Pi over 4 is 45 degrees. I have a special angle, triangle for pi over 4, but we don't have any special angle for 15. So we have to put them together. So we look to see which one is related to them. I'm going to make it smaller for you to see. See, this one is related to the first one. See, sine, cosine, cosine, sine, and between them is positive here. So it's related to the first one. So the first angle is pi over 4. The second angle is pi over 2. So this side is given. Now the answer is sine of these two angles adding to each other. Pi over 4 plus pi over 12. So 45 plus 15 is 60. So sine of 60. And you guys know that for 60 degrees, we have a special triangle, right? If this is 30 here, here is 60. You need to memorize that. This is going to be square root of 3. 1, 2. Cosine of the 60, 60 is here, is 8, is opposite over hypotenuse, square root of 3 over 2. Any question, Theodore?
No.
Okay. Let's just do another one. So it's cosine of 2 pi over 9, cosine of the 5 pi over 18 minus sine of 2 pi over 9, sine of 5 pi over 18. 5 pi over 18 is 50 degrees, 2 pi over 9 is 40. We don't have any special angle separately for them, but I can use one of that here. See, this is look like this third one here. So I have this side, I can find the other side. So addition of these two angles, right? Cosine of addition of these two angles, 40 plus 50 is 90. For cosine of the 90 is gonna be 0. I'm gonna remind you in the unit circle, what did we do? Here is y component, here is x component, here is 1. We say sine is what is the sine of angle theta is equal to y component. Cosine of the angle theta is equal to x component. So adjacent over hypotenuse. Tan theta is equal to what? Y over x, opposite over adjacent. Tan theta is opposite adjacent. In the unit circle, everyone knows this is angle 0. This is angle 90 degree. This is 180. This is 270. Here is 360. Each has a point, right? This point is 1 and 0. This point is what? 0, 1. This point is negative 1, 0. This point is 0, negative 1. If I ask you, what is the sine of 90 degree, you need to use your knowledge that the sine of the angle is y component. Look here, what is the y component? Is 1. If I ask you cosine of 90, you need to use your knowledge that cosine is x component. X component at this point is what? 0. Cosine of the 90 is 0. If I ask you what is the tan of 90 degree, so it's going to be y component or x component. Y is 1 over 0, which is not defined because we cannot have 0 in denominator. Anyway, I just wanted to show cosine of the 90 is 0, right? Any question?
No.
Can you take a screenshot of that, Theodore? This is very important for this
Okay.
angle.
Yes.
So now I'm gonna go to the next question. Here is another one. So here I want to do sine of 2 over 3 minus pi over 4. So 2 pi over 3 is 120 degree. Pi over 4 is 45, right? 120 minus 45 is 75. So sine of 75. What can I do about that? So 75, can I write it as addition of the two angles that I know? Let's try. For 75, I can write it as what? 45 plus what? 45 plus 30, right? I write it down. According to the formula that I had for compound angle formula, I can expand it as and write it as sine of 45, sine of first angle, multiplied by cosine of second angle plus now sine of the second angle, sine of 30, cosine of 45. A special triangle, you really need to memorize it. If you have 45 here, you have 1 square root of 2. If you have the other one, here is 30, here is 60, the square root of 3, 1, 2. Look, sine of 45, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, 1 over square root of 2. Cosine of 30, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, a square root of 3 over square root of 3 over 2 plus sine of 30 is 1 over 2. I'm just putting that here. Multiplied by cosine of 45 is adjacent over hypotenuse, 1 over a square root of 2. I'm going to put that together. Multiply that to each other is going to be a square root of 3 divided by 2 is square root of 2 plus here 1 over 2 the square root of 2. It's enough if you show it like that, so you can write it as a square root of 3 plus 1 divided by what? 2 is square root of 2. Understand? So this is a mistake here, so this in notes should be positive. Any question, Theodore?
No.
Can you take a screenshot of this, please? So here is another example, sine of 113 pi over 12. First, you need to convert it into what? Into the degree. is 195. 195, you can write it as 180 plus what? 15. So means you have sine of 13 pi over 12 is, because this is, you can write it as a sine of 180 plus 15. And this one equivalent of sine of 15, this is transformation by 180 degree. It will give you the same sine turn to sine, but here is positive or negative. You have to see. 180 plus an angle is here. So sine in this quadrant is negative. So you have negative that there. Now I need to work with the sine of 15, right? Knowing that sine of 15, you can write it as sine of 45. 45 minus 30. Remember why we do that? Because I know 45, I know 30, both belong to the special triangle. That's why I choose these two numbers. So if I expand this, it's going to be sine of 45 cosine of 30 minus cosine of sine of 30 cosine of 45. Now, sine of 45, I don't want to show the special triangle, so we did it before, is 1 over a square root of 2. Cosine of 30 is a square root of 3 over 2. Minus, this one is what? 1 over 2. Cosine 45 is 1 over a square root of 2. If I put them together, they have a same denominator. Is 2 square root of 2, the square root of 3 minus 1. Now here for the answer, because sine of the 50, I got that. So negative of that is just 1 minus the square root of 3 divided by 2 is square root of 2. So I want you to do question number 1, A and B.
A and B.
Yes. 1, A and B. Question number 2 would be the same thing. I'm gonna do another one. Question 3. 3A and C.
Mhm.
4 is A.
Which A?
4A. Yes.
4A. Okay.
5A.
Yeah.
6A.
6A.
8. Okay, so then question number 10.
Question number 10. Okay.
Question 11A.
11A.
Yes.